What's going on, everybody? Welcome to G-Mize World Podcast, and today we're going to be jumping into Thursday Night Football, Week 11 of the 2018 NFL season, and I know that a lot of you Packer fans are very, very disappointed with the way that this game ended, but I'm going to talk to you. We're going to talk about the challenge that Mike McCarthy failed to do, and NFL insiders are saying that he's pretty much on the hot seat. He's more than likely going to be fired, but regardless of what Tyler Lockett did and if he really had possession, I don't think he had possession. I think that's a game changer that cost the Packers the game ultimately. I think they've kind of run their course with Mike McCarthy and he needs to be fired. But that's just my opinion. I'm just looking at it, from a distance. I don't know exactly why he would not. I don't know why somebody upstairs wouldn't tell him to challenge it. I don't really understand that. But ultimately, as we all know, Ed Dixon came out with the game-winning touchdown to cap off the 27-24 victory. Now that we've got all of that out of the way, I'm going to break this down for you guys and let you guys understand exactly what's going on. For this quote to be released, right, and several people have been saying it for a while, but now it's just outright because it looks like the Packers' era with Aaron Rodgers and Mike McCarthy is going to be ending because it doesn't seem to make much sense that this is something that would happen. And I'm going to explain to you guys very, very simply so, pretty much you guys understand exactly what's going on. When you do something like this for any reason, right? When you fail to do something that's so obvious, you have just cost your team that was, possibly in the playoff hunt with the Packers. You've cost them their chance to go to the playoffs with that one call. And that's why the NFL is so exciting because you can go through an entire season and, screw up, win a game, screw up, win a game, and ultimately make the playoffs. But screw-ups like this, they're not easily forgiven. Okay, so now that we know that happened, right, and that the Seahawks did what they did, I've been telling you guys since the beginning of the season, after I saw the first couple games of the Seahawks, that they have the talent to win games, but ultimately I don't know what they're going to be able to do because Pete Carroll is that guy that was at that Super Bowl that called that play when you had beast mode, 1 yard out, and it was a pick by Malcolm Butler. I believe wholeheartedly that the Seahawks will not win a Super Bowl while Pete Carroll is the coach. And ultimately, like another Super Bowl, while he's the coach. They already got one. They should have been back-to-back champions, but that's neither here nor there. Now, look, the same thing that I've been trying to tell you guys going forward with certain coaches, right? Same thing with the Atlanta coach. You guys have to understand, either way, like this game was won, right? But the Seattle Seahawks is a very, very good home team, so I actually picked them to win the game, but I didn't expect it to end like this. Now, with the Seahawks going forward, how do I feel about them in a division where the Rams are going to be, bro, the Rams are just, look, man, I got to tell you this right now. The Rams are loaded, okay? Once they figure out how to play defense, it's going to be hell to pay. Let's just call it how it is, bro. It's going to be hell to pay once they realize that Marcus Peters is, like they said, I think Shannon Sharp said it the best, he's a cluing corner. So they want him pressing, they got to make him play like how he wants to play. He reminds me a lot of Asante Samuel. Like he'll clue it, he'll jump something, but he's not that press-up guy. He wants to be looking at the receiver off, and he makes his plays like that. Once they figure out what's going on with that situation with the Rams, their D-line gets everything together. We already know Aaron Donald is a dog. We know that Ndamukong Suh is a dog. Like their defense, once that starts rolling offensively, they're going to be fine. All right? So I don't really see the Seahawks really making any noise. Could the Seahawks possibly make it difficult? Yes, but I don't see how the Seahawks get out of any kind of playoff game while the Rams are out there hanging out. Because ultimately, I believe that the Rams and the Saints are going to determine who comes out of the NFC. All right? The Packers showed me again, without Aaron Rodgers, this team doesn't do anything. And the funny thing about what a lot of people say about MVP and, Tom Brady getting MVP and stuff like that, I wholeheartedly believe, once again, another thing that I believe, even if Tom Brady wasn't playing this year, I don't think that the Patriots would be that bad off because of the system that Bill Belichick has put together. You take Aaron Rodgers off this team, listen, their defense is so bad. Bro, you allow this comeback. Their defense sucks, right? We already know the Packers' defense sucks, but that's not what this is about, all right? Because even with the Packers' the defense sucking like that, they still should have won this game. So it's all about that call that should have been challenged, but whatever. That's neither here nor there, right? When you analyze the fact that Aaron Rodgers not being on this team for any period of time is a guaranteed loss, I believe that just by that fact alone, that he should be considered the best quarterback in football. Because that's the knock on Tom Brady. When he won those Super Bowls, you look at the defense, right? You look at the system that he has. You look at the fact that he got injured one year and they still won 11-5. They didn't win. They didn't go to the playoffs, but they won 11-5. You look at the fact that he was suspended 4 games. They went, what was it, like 3-1. It's certain things that is kind of a knock for him. It's sort of like when you talk about LeBron James and you want to talk about greatness. This man leaves the Cavs and they're selling Cavalier tickets for 50 cents. You see, I would never say that he's like, when it comes to greatness, Michael Jordan can never be challenged. But LeBron James, he's in a league of his own. Because his one presence is what makes it so dominant. And that's what I saw. Did you see the throws that Aaron Rodgers is making? Can you imagine if his defense could do anything? Can you imagine if he had Bill Belichick as his coach? This is the thing, and that's all imagination. But what I'm saying about the entirety of the situation is very, very clear. People have to understand that based on the situation and the hand that you're dealt, you have to make the best decision to succeed with whatever you're dealt. There's no excuses, bro. Like, I always try to tell people this. You can make excuses all you want. It's about production and what you get done. Doesn't matter about anything else. So ultimately, people have to understand that this is what it's going to be. The Packers are going to be a mediocre team and they're only mediocre because Aaron Rodgers is so great. Other than that, like, you look at the team, like, what are they doing? I don't know what, bro. It's very, very frustrating to actually look at a player that great struggle like that because the second half of the field, like, how can you not play better defense in the fourth quarter? I know you're gassed, you're injury-ridden and all that stuff like that, but listen, it's the National Football League and it's the coach's responsibility to get these guys prepared. Something is going wrong. Like I said, do I think Mike McCarthy should be fired? The dude had Eddie Lacy as a starting running back for mad years. Yeah, Eddie Lacy will come to your house on Thanksgiving and eat your whole table. Like just lift the table up and eat it. And that's the guy that they had running around with Aaron Rodgers. I don't think that they made the best decisions as an organization for him to succeed, bro. Like, I'm just going to say it. Because I don't know, like, Eddie Lacy has eaten his way out of the NFL. And that's the guy that was on their team actively as a guy that's just running. Like, bro, I remember one play. Let me know if you guys remember this play where Eddie Lacy was running for like 30 minutes and didn't get anywhere. Like, literally running for 30 minutes in space, just like he's in purgatory. He's just right there. And that's a guy that you give the guy that has the potential to be one of the greatest quarterbacks to ever play the game. I don't think they built properly around him. You know what I'm saying? It's just everything. Mike McCarthy is like, he looks like a Cabbage Patch Kid. I don't know what he's doing, bro, but the guy is out there losing football games. That's the one thing I can tell you that he's doing. And it's just disgusting and it's frustrating to watch because, again, when you have greatness, just think about any kind of player that's on a team. Like when you think about the Vikings when Randy Moss that year, they went to the playoffs and they lost to the Giants 41-0, right? When you think about things like that and you start to analyze, like, there are certain players that are so great and they just don't have the help. And it just, like, if you enjoy a sport, it really, really, like, you know, I'm just saying like a team sport. Because usually with individual sports, obviously, they're going to succeed if they're that great. But just thinking about a team sport, right? It's very, very difficult to not feel anger for that person. And that's all I got watching the game, guys. I'm going to be very, very honest. I'm not taking it away from Russell Wilson. He got to make those plays. That man is great. Like, I love watching Russell Wilson play. But they should have lost this game. That's what my point is. You know, like when you watch it, you're like, yo, all right, this guy's good, but they should still lose this game. That's what I got. Like, if the defense even steps up and does anything, like if they even say, oh, look, that guy's open, let me go play D. If they even do that once, the Packers win this game. So that's my major issue of it. Just so I'm clear with everyone that's listening or watching this podcast, I do agree that Mike McCarthy is on the hot seat. I do agree that he will no longer be there if they don't make the playoffs this season. I think it's time for them to move on. Aaron, you don't have unlimited years to play in this league. As much as everybody think that Tom Brady will play in the 45, he ain't playing the 45. You don't have unlimited time to be great in this league. And they've taken away so many years of Aaron Rodgers' career because of poor decision-making. And I gave you one great example with Eddie Lacy. Eddie Lacy, he looks like, bro, he looks like Bebop from the Turtles. Like, bro, the dude is obese. And that was his running back for years. I don't want to hear it, bro. I'm going to tell you this right now. The Seahawks, they have a long road ahead of them, but they're still a solid team. Again, I don't expect them to do anything in the playoffs, but I think they're still a solid team, and they're well put together. And I think that they were better. They were more they were coached better yesterday than the Packers. And ultimately, that one challenge, I want to know what you guys think about that challenge. Did Tyler Lockett have possession, bro? Did he have possession? That's what I want to know, because I'm raging, bro. I'm like a hot pepper right now. But I'm going to tell you this again. Mike McCarthy's on his way out. I'm going to tell you right now, Packer Nation, I'm not hating. I'm just giving you straight factuals all the way I always give it to you. I want to thank you guys and girls for watching. You won't want to miss Sunday's recap. Go ahead and subscribe and share. Until next time, one love.